I don't mind you coming here, wasting all my time.
There's the car. Hey, that was the car. Hey, we're on the radio.
Wow.
What's happening?
Hey, that's Eric Stromer.
Hey, how are you?
Right on key. I'm Cindy Dole, and you're listening to Home Wizards. Eric likes to sing and can sing, and has a record or two.
Sure is a lot of fun.
All that stuff, in addition to the home improvement stuff that we do. And, when we're thinking about making your place feel and look better, I love the idea of turning something that you might buy at one of these stores, well, I'll just say it, like IKEA. But there's other places you could buy it, like really inexpensive, multi-use pieces of furniture, and then turning it into something else, hacking it, if you will.
That's right. That's right. And I'll tell you, and think too, like those bare furniture places where they're just selling pine that has no finish on it. The pieces are much less expensive than if you were to get it all fancied up with enamels and all sorts of other things. But the point is, you can buy some of this stuff, or even pieces that you already have, and change it. For example, there's this great table that you can get at IKEA that is like it's called like a chic desk, I think it's called, but it's in Swedish, so it's like the Svikdik.
Yes.
But it comes like it's just a bare table with four legs, and this whole mid-century craze, which is really popular now. Really, all the mid-century stuff is very simple lines, but then they add applied molding to give you these crosshatch patterns that are made out of like 1x2 stock material. So think, for example, if you will, that you have a four-legged table. On the two end panel legs, what you do is you fill that in with essentially like a plus sign made out of wood, and within the plus sign there's a square. So it gives you that sort of mid-century look that has this graphic appeal to it. Looks like something you'd see in Don Draper's desk in his office in the big ad agency in New York City. But really all it was is a piece of furniture you got at IKEA for like $80, and you spent another $10 on trim, put it on there, and then just spray painted it white. Boom, done.
Done.
Classic hacking example.
There are a bunch of websites, by the way, that that's all they do is they talk about this very thing. And it's interesting is that one of the sites, it's called IKEAhackers.net. They're getting in trouble now with IKEA. But it's interesting.
Is that right? That's funny.
But I mean, the site, all they do is they talk about IKEA. It's a positive thing, but it's an issue of, their likeness and the logo and all that stuff. So they're moving. They're not being shut down entirely. But I'm inspired by some of these different ideas. For instance, here's one that is very, very cool. Imagine if you were to buy these little rectangle vases that they sell. They're kind of a white ceramic vase, okay? And they sell for $2. And in fact, the rectangle, it's spelled REKTANGEL, rectangle, they're very Swedish. But the idea is, if you were to get hundreds of these, you can connect them, and it makes a wall in a bathroom, almost like a little half moon divider. So like you were to have your little bathtub and your vanity area, and you'd be surrounded by these glass, they almost look like bricks on their side, these vases.
Oh, that's cool.
And you connect them, and now it looks like a very fancy and expensive ceramic wall.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing, too, to do for the most simple and basic versions of the hacking is to have and collect any of the different kinds of furniture that you might want to get, whether it be at IKEA or any other store where you assemble it. Even Office Depot sells stuff.
Right.
The bones are okay.
Yes.
If it's squared off and linear looking enough, it can pass for mid-century. And then really all you have to do is paint it. And again, to paint stuff vibrant aqua or pink or hot green or whatever it would be, especially with kid rooms. It seems like kid rooms always are shown in, these press clippings and in the media as having vibrant colored furniture that's really bright. So think of that. Primary colors, these basic shelving systems, if you just spray paint them bright colors and have multiple different colors, your kid's basic room that looks drab and dingy from the basic stock items off the shelf can now turn into like a really fashion-forward kind of room that looks like it's been done by a fancy designer. And really all you did is spend $20 on some spray paint.
And by just looking at every little object of furniture as is, now I can use it in a different way. That's the key, is to open your mind,
That's
right?
right. That's
It
right.
isn't necessarily just a table. It isn't necessarily just a shelf. It could be anything. For instance, there's a bookshelf that you can get, and it's called an Expedit. And basically, you can turn this now into like your little hamster home. I mean, I've seen this done where they basically, with some modifications, like a little glass in the front of the shelving system, it becomes a little area
Well,
where
listen,
your
I don't know.
hamsters-
I have purchased hamster homes in the past, and I might as well have a mortgage on these things. They were very expensive. So this is a great idea.
Yeah.
Especially because, as we know, sometimes hamsters don't live quite as long as you'd like
Well,
them to. So you may want to think
There's
about
a new hamster that showed up all of a sudden. It doesn't look like the other. That's not Harry.
Bobby's now black. What happened? He's got black fur. You know, that's you don't know how many times I've tried to pass off the pets that no longer have the same color fur. But anyway, to your point, why not go for the less expensive way, customize it yourself instead of buying these really, they can be hundreds of dollars for a hamster maze that you may not have for more than 3 months.
And the thing about it is that this is so creative,
Yeah.
For instance, I've seen this also done where there's a lot of storage beds that are part of the whole IKEA hackers websites. But there's one in particular where you buy these cabinets. They're called Factum, very unusual name. But basically you get these and you stack them in a way where you can put your bed, and now you have steps and you have storage, and so it just looks like this really cool condo suite, an area for your bed that's perched above these little shelving blocks.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know what else is really cool that I've seen? Again, simple lighting that you buy at any of these stores, right? Like, for example, say it's a chrome lamp with a very, tubular thing that comes off a base, and it's just a simple lamp that sits on your end table. You can then build Lego structures around the lamp post, right, surrounding it to give it sort of this kitschy. The base of the lamp is now just this Lego structure that you've sort of repurposed your old kid's Lego into making this the surround for the lamp base.
Nice.
And it turns like a $9 lamp into something that's really personalized and cool.
Very,
and
very
can be
cute.
changed and altered all the time. And you can probably get 2 hours in the summer of, hey, Bobby, let's change your lamp around. Let's disassemble it and rebuild it. Won't that be fun? And then you can maybe get 2 hours where you can watch the football game.
Yeah.
If you want. I don't know.
I've also seen something really cool done with toy bins.
Yeah.
Again, something that you could find anywhere, a big box store, maybe it's IKEA, whatever. They might be made of plastic, right? They're just these little rectangular toy bins, but you get them all in the same color, all white, and you can then connect them to a wall, so it's instant storage, with the open place, open space facing out.
Oh, sure.
And now imagine this is where all of your DVDs, this is where all your magazines, all your books, they all go in.
That's really cool.
And you can stack them from the floor to the ceiling, like maybe about 6 across, and then maybe 6 up.
Yeah.
And it's literally like a wall of these toy bins, and then you could even do it on the ceiling, but now just have the open part connected to the ceiling itself.
Oh, I see.
So it kind of gives this kind of mod look.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
You know what else, too? Think about this. Basic lighting that has, glass fixtures, whether they be opaque or sandblasted or even clear. All you have to do is take a Sharpie and draw patterns on that glass to completely transform the way a simple clear glass chandelier would look. If you did squiggle lines in 3 different shades of blue from a Sharpie, the thing looks like it's an instant design.
Interesting.
So that's I think one of the greatest hacks I've seen. I love it. Very inexpensive, personalized. It looks really great when it's done.
Is this a regular Sharpie or the paint?
No, just a regular Sharpie will stick to glass.
Okay.
Yeah. And boy, Sharpies come out with some great new color lines.
They sure have.
My daughter has filled in her ceiling completely with Sharpie squiggle lines.
Really?
And it looks like a Jackson Pollock painting, but it's actually really beautiful.
The entire ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Leonardo da Vinci and her brother are laying on ladders and like drawing these squiggle lines repeatedly. Well, I'll send you a picture of it. Yeah, we'll put it on the website. It's pretty cool.
Interesting, huh? Well, these are all things that you can do. I mean, the idea is to, when you go to some of these stores and you're seeing a piece of furniture, a shelf, a lamp or whatever, to consider it, even though it's inexpensive, as something that you can enhance.
That's right.
And make even better.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that's going to, organize your life. Maybe it's going to be something for your closet, for your laundry room.
Well, and that's the thing about IKEA or some of these other stores where they're mass-produced in terms of design. It's like you walk in, especially in college life, right? you walk to your buddy's dorm and it's like, hey, you've got the Wingmeiser desk also? Cool, man. You want to party? You know, because it's unless you hack it and change it up, everybody has this exact same thing.
Right, and that can't happen.
No.
It's got to be just you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll put all this on the website at yourhomewizards.com. And by the way, make sure that you check in with us throughout the week. It's always going on, the conversation. You can follow us on Facebook and on Twitter and of course, on Pinterest as well. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, you're listening to Home Wizards.
She also told me stay away. You'll never know what you'll catch. Well, just the other day I heard of the soldiers falling off. So you don't need.
Now, when you go to our website, yourhomewizards.com, we have all kinds of cool things going on there, right? You're going to see a picture of Eric and me in the process of shooting this new video series that's going to be launched coming up in the next few weeks. We're so excited to show it to you. We're going to be searching for the new up-and-coming chefs of Los Angeles, and we found 3 of them.
I think they're so good, and we sure learned a lot about cooking.
We
and
did.
I think I could potentially have this as a new career now.
It's a
I
lot
might
of
open
fun.
a restaurant with
It's
you.
fun the way that they showed us how to chop vegetables, you know, how to, just the simple thing of adding a little bit of water to the saute pan, how that helps to kind of, you know, solidify the flavors. And anyway, all this, when you go to our website, yourhomewizards.com, you can see articles. And by the way, very soon we're also going to have top 10 this and that with a slideshow. We're going to be having more contests. You can watch videos. It's all there. And of course, we can't forget our downloadable printables to keep you organized throughout your home. So check it out, yourhomewizards.com. Outside, I don't like weeds. I don't know about you. Do you like weeds?
I don't,
No.
and that's why I love this product called Durazone.
Yeah.
Because you know what it does?
Well, it says, you know what, weed? I'm the boss of you.
We're not going to stand for you creeping up through the cracks in this driveway, buddy. You're gone 6 months later. You may come back, but I'll hit you again. And guess what? You get 6 more months of weed-free living.
So that's really the key, is that there's so many of these weed products out there, and we forget when we applied it. So we
Yeah.
apply,
That's
and
right.
that's not good.
No.
And then who wants to spend every weekend or every month doing this?
Not me.
So this is going to save money. It's going to save time. It's going to save the environment. It's like one and done. It's called Durazone. It's going to get all the weeds out of there on your driveway.
And there's a
on your
directional
hardscapes.
sprayer right on
Yeah.
the tip there. And
You can control it.
Right there. It's
Durazone.
accurate.
It's made by Bayer Advance in the blue bottle. Look for it in the hardware store, in the big box center, garden
Bye-bye,
centers.
dumb weeds.
Durazone. Sorry, weeds.
It's
I mean,
not
you know
personal.
what?
We just don't want you.
Yeah, Durazone by Bayer Advanced.